Hey everybody, Matt Williams Golf. Well, if you've been following my channel and looking at any of my content, you know I'm on the hunt for new irons. My irons in my bag are really the oldest thing that I have in my bag. Right now I've got the TaylorMade RSI 2s. And so I'm on the hunt for more irons. And if you've been watching, you know that what I'm looking for is something where I don't lose distance, that I hit the same distance to each club that I'm currently hitting, but that I'm increasing my spin. I've had people say, well, just get a new golf ball. I'm trying to get more spin. We'll worry about the golf ball later. I'm trying to get the same distance, but more spin. Well, I'm down here today at Red Tail Golf Center here in Oregon, and we're gonna test out some irons today and see how it goes. So let's go have some fun. Anybody that's watched my channel knows that I'm on the search. I'm on a hunt for new irons. Well, today I'm going to review and I'm going to test out for my own use the TaylorMade P790s. I'm very intrigued to try these irons. Remember what I'm on the hunt for, folks. Right now, if you haven't watched the What's in My Bag series, right now I have the old, about 8-year-old TaylorMade RSI 2s. And they're a little chunky. They're fairly strong lofted. I hit them pretty well. I'm really pleased. So what I'm looking for is something that is going to be the same distance as what I'm currently getting out of my irons with more spin. Now there's a lot of other factors that go into club selection, right? I get that. But right now, those are the two boxes. Same distance, more spin. And that's what I'm on the hunt for. And I'm excited to try out the TaylorMade P790s. Let's have some fun with this. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be hitting 3 different irons, the pitching wedge, the 7-iron, and the 5-iron, and comparing that to the data from my existing RSI 2s. So I'm going to start with the pitching wedge. It's starting to rain.
Thank you, sir. You got it.
Okay, so far with pitching wedge on the P790s, not shocked by anything I'm seeing so far. Distance is exactly the same as what I'm currently getting with the old RSI 2s. I'll tell you what, looking down at them over the ball, they look exactly like what I currently have. In fact, if anything, that toe might be slightly flared out a little bit more. They might even be a little bigger than what I currently have. I'd have to compare them. This is probably bigger than what I currently have. Probably a bit chunkier than what I currently have as well. But I will say they're spinning more than my RSI 2s, so that's a good thing. But I'm done with pitching wedge. Let's jump up to where the real heart of the matter is, and that's 7-iron.
So you're at 30.5 on the 7-iron.
30.5. Okay, so that's stronger lofted than what I currently have.
Yeah, I mean, that's a distance.
Yep, no, I get it. I mean, I missed that and it still carried 164. Whoa, 166. Oh, that's a miss too, and it's still gonna get there. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to jump up to the 5-iron here in just a second. But before I do, some interesting things. So in terms of distance, now something to keep in mind, this is actually 1 degree stronger than my RSI 2s, right? These are stronger lofted, the P790s. And it stands to reason. So every number I'm seeing basically falls in line with what you'd think. I'm getting a little more distance, a little more ball speed. Both carry is a little longer and total distance is a little longer. Now, one thing that is interesting is this has the Dynamic Gold 105, so 105 gram shaft in it. And I have it 105 shafts in my current RSI 2s. And yet, my club head speed, even though the shaft weight is the same, my club head speed on average is going up by 2-3 miles an hour with 7-iron. So that's really interesting to me. The apex is a bit lower than this, which means that my angle of descent into the green is going to be not as steep as I'm used to. So what I question is how much I'd be able to stop this ball or stop this iron on the green. I am a little curious about that. Now, by the way, that lower apex, it makes sense because this is a stronger lofted club. The ball's not going to fly as high. So nothing really surprising me about this at all. Here's the only thing currently surprising me. I'm getting still on average over 5,000 RPM with the 7-iron. Remember in the previous videos that you've seen with my current RSI 2 7-iron, I've been down in the low 4,000 range, and that's been something that's really been plaguing me and really bothering the heck out of me. So it's interesting that this is such a strong lofted club, a player's iron all the way, a little bit chunky, a little bit thicker, quite a bit thicker top line. All those things that you don't really want, most decent golfers don't want. But yet, my spin rate, even on these clubs that are so strong lofted, the spin rate is still going up by 500 to 600 RPM. That's very interesting to me. Let's go hit a few with this 5-iron. All right then, hit a bunch of balls with the pitching wedge, the 7-iron, and the 5-iron with the TaylorMade P790s. Let's start kind of going through my little summary. Let's first talk about looks. Well, the looks of the P790 are good. I wouldn't call them spectacular, but they are very nice, eye-appealing irons. Definitely are not my favorite in the TaylorMade lineup, but they're nice. I really do like them. Yeah, I'm having trouble, if you can tell. I want to rave about them, because it's TaylorMade, but and its beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? But I think they're just decent looking. They're good looking. They're not amazing looking. What about feel? They felt good. They felt good. Misses didn't feel that bad. All my flush ones felt pretty good. The feel of this was really, really good. And with this 105 gram shaft, my club head speed was even higher. And so I was able to really flush a lot of shots with the P790. Sorry, I'm fidgeting with my mask. It's a COVID iron review. Anyways, let's see here. Grip, the standard grip that comes with it, not really crazy about it, but that's an easy change, right? That's an easy change to make. Yeah, so, boy, where am I landing on this? I probably need to start making sense. Distance, by the way. Distance was basically spot on with my clubs now. I don't think that the 790 went further than any of them, even though this is stronger lofted than my current existing irons right now, which, as you might recall, are the TaylorMade RSI 2s. The 790s are stronger lofted, and yet the distance was the same. I will say, to its credit though, to the 790's credit, the spin rate did go up. So even though this was a stronger lofted iron, the spin rate was better than my TaylorMade RSI 2s. So kudos to TaylorMade on that one. Yeah, felt good, looks okay. It has quite a bit of, a fair amount of offset. Has a really thick looking top line. Even though they've tried to make it look nice and sleek, it is fairly chunky. But it's still a really great iron. Folks, I can't put this iron down in terms of putting it down. Not setting it down, but ripping on it. I can't rip on this iron. It's a good iron. Is it a contender to go in my bag? No. It really isn't what I want in terms of feel and the numbers. Not really what I'm looking for. But it is a really great iron. So who does this iron suit? Well, I don't know. Almost anybody. I imagine that mid to higher handicappers are probably going to love this club. Now, on my PXG review, I got criticized for saying that a club is for a certain handicap. At the end of the day, you've got to decide what feels right to you, the golfer, and it doesn't matter what your handicap is. But I'd be guessing that TaylorMade kind of intended this for a mid to higher handicapper. Now, I will also tell you this. I do know some absolutely exceptional golfers that are 0 to 4 handicaps, 0 to 3 handicaps, that already have got this iron or they're looking at this iron. And in those cases, those are golfers with a little bit less club head speed that are wanting to pick up a little bit more distance. They're still superb golfers. They swing the club beautifully, but they just don't have quite the distance or the power that they're really looking for. And so those guys I know of that I'm thinking of right off the top of my head are really giving the P790 a really strong look, because it is a strong lofted club that still plays. It doesn't quite play like a huge cavity back, right? All right, well, I like the P790 and I like it a lot. It does check some boxes for me, but it doesn't check all the boxes. So at the end of the day, this is not going to be going in my bag. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you just got this iron, or if you're thinking about getting this iron, you can't go wrong. It's a great golf club. It really is. TaylorMade's done a really good job with this, especially for who it's designed for. I think they've done a fantastic job. So really, really great iron. And, you know, as always, folks, if you're not already a subscriber, please, I ask you to hit the subscribe button, smash that like button if you enjoyed this really informal review of the P790s. Yeah, comment below if you've already gotten these or if you're thinking about getting these. Mention something in the comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are and what your response has been to the P790. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.